And there it is. You were here.
I'm here.
You will have to turn the TV down.
Oh, sorry about that. How's that?
That's better. Just like when you're calling on a radio, you had to turn the radio down.
I never called on a radio.
Never called on a radio show. Well, damn.
Hell no, I was taping it.
What, you didn't want evidence of what you were saying because you were taping it? Sorry to tell you, but all them shows were recorded on some sort of magnetic tape at the time. Them big cassette ones they would keep for years on end that never degraded.
Well, remember back then, we had to listen to the radio for like 3 hours until you could get a song, and then you had to record it, and then you give it to a girl, and then she'd give it to another guy. So...
yeah, if you got it, but you got to remember when we did that, and you were going to record that song. You, Robert, turn your radio down, caller. When you'd go to record that song, sometimes you would have to do it 2 or 3 times because you'd be pissed because the DJ would talk through the first 10, 15 seconds, or would cut it off about 30 seconds early and go into an ad right away, or
oh yeah,
head to his break and his bumper music, and it would just. So then what was supposed to be a 3.5 minute song for the radio that you would record was down to like 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Wolfman Jack never had that problem, man.
Well, no. But he was the type of man that would just let stuff play.
That's right.
Like
Jamie Thomas, he's much clearer than the first caller, huh?
Yes.
We got to read the chat.
You betcha. Oh, I see it. I was reading it, but yeah.
Oh, I know you're doing a great job, buddy.
Awesome. You're just calling through on your phone. The last caller ran it through her mixer board and her system at home, so creates a different sound.
So what do you guys want to talk about today? Look at chat. Come on, chat. What do you want to talk about today? You want to talk about 80s music? You want to talk about 80s, 70s, 90s movies, best horror flicks, government? Come on.
Oh, look at that. You're out trying to get chat to pick your subject when you called in. Well, I got one for you.
Okay.
The old drive-in movie experience that we used to have when we got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not talking 20 years ago with the ones that were still open or the ones that are around now. I'm talking, in the 70s and 80s when we were all kids. You saw Star Wars or Close Encounters of the Third Kind, or it was always something excellent.
My first one was Star Wars New Hope.
Oh wow. I don't remember what my first one was because I'm pretty sure my parents dragged me off to watch one when I was way too young to even remember. But I do. Oh, yeah.
I went with my. What's that?
I was going to say I don't remember what the first movie was that I watched, but I do remember that it poured rain so hard that everybody was trying to put cardboard up over the windows. So you didn't have to have your car running and the wipers going in order so you could still watch because nobody would leave. And everybody was like trying to run into the concession and getting cardboard from them to prop up over top of their window. So they wouldn't have to turn the car on to run the light, to run the wipers. Because you didn't have
some of the people were. Yeah, some of them people were putting the cardboard inside the windows.
Yeah, well, some people are just dumb.
Well, that's why you went to the drive-in.
You didn't sit there and you didn't have like people now go and haven't been to a drive-in back then. I mean, it's all fancy now. You got a nice vehicle, you got a good sound system in, and it tunes into your radio. That was great, but we had the old clunky and they, almost like little alien ships on the pole that you would pull off, roll down the driver
you had to put
window,
them
and they would hook on there. Yeah. And you'd have that one speaker, right? I mean, if you were
Yeah, and
lucky and nobody was at the pole beside you, you could pop that off, stretch it over to the other window, and it'd be like stereo, kind of, you know.
It sounded like crap.
It would, but and they did. They were tinny and they're horrible, but nobody even realized how bad they were then. You know, I mean, even the TVs hissed. So
My mom and my aunt took us in a station wagon, and we had to take one of the mics and put them up on top of the station wagon where we were sitting.
Oh, on top of the station wagon where you were sitting.
Yeah.
That.
So we couldn't even hear the movie barely.
No, they didn't work as well unless they were actually like kind of sound bouncing in the car. You know, it was great, especially in the cars that they had then, because I mean the seats were more comfortable. A lot of the older vehicles, the back seat was like having a giant couch right in there, and everybody looking for that perfect spot.
We didn't have any old people giving us stink eye. We respected our elders.
Oh, yep. No stink eye from old people.
Heck no, we opened our doors for the old people. We respected them. That's the deal between then and now.
Yeah. And they were also, even then, a lot of them were double features. Right. So you catch two movies.
Yeah.
You had that intermission for like half an hour when everyone would run to that gray, horribly painted brick building that had the projector in it, but also the concession.
Yeah.
And you would go get your popcorn and your drink and maybe a hot dog or a burger. I mean, that was the best part, is they'd have like burgers and dogs and all sorts of stuff. You know.
Oh, think about the arcades. Remember the arcades?
Yeah, it was entertainment on its own, because sometimes the kids weren't paying attention to the movie. They would run off and go do something else.
Well, even without the movies and stuff like that, they had arcades that had bumper cars and they had go-karts. They had, arcades. They had water slides. I mean, it was like a festival of fun, and nobody can do that now.
No, I've been the one, but it'd be about 15 years now. It would have been about 2011, and they had a go-kart and arcade and everything still at their drive-in. But until like 2009, they never had it. They were just a standard drive-in, and they needed to have more customers. So they ended up putting all this extra stuff in. And after that, every night when they had a movie, it was packed.
Oh, yeah.
People started going again.
I remember I watched John Wayne. In Michigan, we had a drive-in. They'd show all the old shows. Imagine watching John Wayne on the big screen.
Oh.
That was cool.
That'd have been nice. Some of the movies I've seen in drive-in when I was younger, I mean, when you got to see them in drive-in, I remember watching E.T. at the drive-in.
E.T. was a scary movie.
At the time. I mean, you had this alien that was sucking the life from a kid while it was dying. Which now makes sense.
Everybody was like, it was such a good, friendly movie. You're like, no, it ain't. It's killing a kid. You got the government wanting to kill everybody around that thing.
That's right.
And then it just shoots back off.
And when you think about it, I mean, maybe E.T., that one in that movie, was a Sith Lord. That's why he was draining Elliot. I mean, look at when they did the prequel in the Star Wars. E.T.'s race was in the Senate. So maybe had a little digitizing on your end there.
I'm just on my phone.
Okay, that would be it. Gets a little digitized.
Well,
hey, I remember Gremlins at the downtown old-timey movie theater. Yep. I saw Gremlins at the drive-in as well. And I thought that was great. But
I liked Friday the 13th.
Did you?
Yeah,
Because
because
what?
most people, you ask them who's the killer in like Friday the 13th 1
Most of
and
them are going to
2,
say
and they go
Jason
Jason,
Voorhees, and he's not.
and he wasn't
He's not even
until
in
the
the
third
first one.
one.
Yeah.
He's not in the second one.
He's in the second one. He wears a burlap
No, he's
sack
not.
on his head.
It was a counselor.
No, that's the fifth one.
Oh, third one. That was the third one.
Or third one, yeah. Second one is him,
Yeah.
because at the end of it, he gets the mask. And then you have that. And then, the one where it's the counselor. I think that's the one where they're kind of at the farm. He's like the
They were
counselor,
at the boys'
psychiatrist.
retreat or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
The
that
kid
one.
with the wheelchair fell down the stairs.
Yeah. And then you had the
But
fourth
the
one,
best-
which is Jason, because that's the one with Corey Feldman, where that's
Oh,
the one
God,
where
Jason
Twisted
Lives.
Sister did the soundtrack.
Twisted Sister did that?
No, not Twisted Sister. Alice Cooper
Yeah, Alice
did the
Cooper.
soundtrack. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, he's back. Man behind the mask.
Yes.
But the best all-time 80s horror movies, Nightmare on Elm Street, hands down.
Absolutely. Robert, you have yourself a good night. Thanks for coming out. I know normally Wednesday we end at 10:30, but run a little late.
Oh,
Got in late.
sorry
come on
about
the
that.
call. Not a problem. It's not a hard and fast rule. It's just midweek. Most people still get up and go to work in the morning. Saturday, most people have Sunday off. So Saturday night
Fun.
runs long sometimes. Over 3 hours one day.
Yeah. Well, I'll be on Saturday if you want me back.
I want everybody to come back. We can absolutely do
I'm
that.
trying
for
to
sure.
get some more people in there. There's Eric K. He's a mod for Geeks and Gamers and Nerderotics.
Oh yeah.
I have I have a few people, I'm talking to. Try to get your channel up.
I've been watching man. I watch that. I go out. I watch him all the time, especially when he does his Cobra Cast there. Old Geeks and Gamers is all. He
Jeremy,
just gets Jeremy gets going, and man,
he's a fig.
and I've been watching old Nerderotic for a while. I mean, the first time I saw him, he was about 300,000 subscribers when I first saw him.
Oh,
So,
Gary's.
I've seen him grow a lot. Oh yeah, I know. I was watching when he hit 1 million. It was great. It was nice to see.
Yeah, so was I.
It was nice to see.
He's got Benny Johnson coming on. He had Vivek.
Yeah, it's really grown. It's really expanded. And I've seen him on several other news shows now. He's done
Fox.
More things with in the beginning he didn't. Now I see him lots doing things with Critical Drinker.
Oh yeah.
So
we're really good friends. I'm gonna actually try to go out to the Florida meetup.
Oh yeah. That'll be
so
something.
I don't know if you can swing it, but I'll tell you what, if you can, that'd be huge for you.
That would be absolutely wild.
Yeah, it would. You can sit there and tell everybody about your channel. You can tell. I mean, hell, Jeremy and Ryan and Gary and all them. You talk to them about what you're doing, they'll probably get you on and help back you.
Oh, I still got to knock off some rough edges first here. It's getting better. Look at this. I even got the call-in working.
Gary didn't have a channel really going. He didn't even know he had followers. He didn't know he had a chat. And then he talked to Jeremy. Jeremy. And Jeremy's the one that was sitting there going, hey, you're doing great. You got a chat. He's like, what chat?
So that is something. That's where that gets going. And sometimes people just
I love
but it's great.
Yeah, I love your show. I mean, Florida is kick ass, or Miami really second place to Texas? Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good question.
Hmm.
See, Texas is 1 star. Means they can go independent.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think,
I'm
AF?
kind
Come
of
on,
partial
chat.
to Texas.
I don't know. Texas is really good, but you know what? They're flooding them with blue state, blue
They
voters.
are, but see, for me, what really is, there's still places you can go there where you can go and be miles away from everybody, right? I mean, it's getting harder to do, but you still can in spots of Texas. You still can in New Mexico and some of these places, but it's getting harder and harder all the time because
I married a
everybody's
girl from,
encroaching. But it's
yeah,
getting harder now. It's starting to look like it's going to be, if you want to be able to go and live somewhere and not be harassed by everybody, you got to go to Idaho or Montana. But I mean, we all know what happens if you go live on a mountain in Idaho.
no, what?
Ruby Ridge.
Oh,
That's where that was.
you know what? If you get rid of the freaking teachers union and you give back the $30 billion to the schools, they can actually hire security, put doors in that you have to have like key cards, go through the doors. But they don't want to do that.
No. What do we got here? Jamie did not miss you here. Psycho. Says she still has to lock the doors if she's in the shower when he's alone. And turned 59 yesterday. Yesterday. Well, a happy belated birthday to you, Jamie.
Did you ever hear that show, One Piece?
I can't say I have. I may have.
It's on Netflix. It's I don't know. It's a manga story, like cartoon from China, like Dragon Ball Z. They did a live version of it, and it went really good. Jamie Lee Curtis was supposed to be in that show, but she said, well, I got too much stuff going. Katie Seagal is going to be on that show.
Really?
And I'll tell you what, Katie Seagal is one of the best actresses.
She is.
And here's why I say that. She went from Married with Children to Sons of Anarchy.
Yes. But for me, she'll always be Peg.
Oh God, yes.
Always.
What?
It may not be her best role or the thing that took the most of her talent to do, although it may have. You'd have to actually ask her that one. But I think it's probably her most iconic role.
It's her most iconic role, but that's what got her on the books.
Yes.
But then she went, you know what? I'm not going to play it safe. I'm going to do Sons of Anarchy. And when you're watching it, you don't even think of her as Peg.
No. Well, and she did that show with John Ritter, too.
Yeah.
8 Simple Rules. And
yeah.
that was, it was another sitcom, but she was 180 degrees different than the Peggy character.
And then she did Futurama.
Yes. Leela.
Yeah.
One of my favorite animated shows.
Yeah.
I love
Bender.
that show.
Bender is like awesome on that show. Kill all humans. I'm like, you know what? At this time, I agree.
That's right. We need one of them now. That's it. I'm going to go and find me a Bender shirt so I can wear that on the show. Kill all humans.
There you go.
See how much trouble I get into for that one.
We're Generation X. We're used to it.
That's just it. I don't worry about actually offending anybody. Here, because I know my audience, and if they're actually really offended, they'll just tell me to F myself, and they'll continue to watch. So,
Right. You're like Howard Stern at the beginning, before he sold out. That was Howard Stern's whole point. Offend as many people as you can, get a bigger audience, and then sell out at the end. He was a coward.
I don't know what happened to him. He kind of went crazy there for a while. Well, and stayed crazy.
He got bought out.
But not only that, but then he went absolutely, completely wackadoo nuts during the COVID thing and locked himself away in his mansion.
You don't believe that, do you?
With him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Because even if he didn't actually went crazy, he's the type of guy that at one time would have done that anyway, just because it would have generated a bunch of buzz.
That guy was sitting there getting hookers in there like 24/7.
Well, yeah, people that rich lock themselves away a little bit differently.
Yeah.
You know, like
Alien. What's that? Alien video game? What the hell is that? Jamie Thomas. What is Alien video game?
I think that was an alien game. Alien video game. Scroll back here and have a look. I might have missed something there, Jamie. Let's see.
Hell, it's your show and I'm dictating it.
Hey, you can go right ahead. You can read the chats. That is fine by me. I try. I mostly go to read the ones out loud if I know it's a direct conversation. Question directed.
Hell no, I'm all over the place. That's why I don't have a podcast. I just go nuts.
Well, then that's
hey, this is different.
Call it. That's good for someone to call in then, go, because it's great. Because what I'm definitely going to do after this one is I definitely get to clip out the calls and I can put them up separate for people, because then they don't have to just listen to just me. They can actually listen to a call in the conversation.
No, you're a great, speaker and everything.
I try and carry it the best I can, but it's actually rough all the time to sit there, because even if you stumble for a second in your thought, you gotta continue talking about something anyway while you're trying to figure out what the next one is. And I tell you, I derail that train in my brain all the time doing that. I almost sit there and just want to sit there for 30 seconds going, I got to put little clicks in here I can hit when I need to do that, instead of that I can hit and just have like Bender going, kill all humans for a second, and a little video pop up. Just give me that instant break, right? So I don't have to worry all the time 100% about having the right thing to say all the time. It can be tough. I have a lot of appreciation for radio DJs that did it hours on end.
AF, what do you mean your ad is bad? You can have
you got an ad pop up, did you, AF? Yeah. Oh, Jamie, Kill All Humans is an alien invasion video game. I do believe you're correct on that.
I don't play any video games anymore because they're all woke.
I play one. It just came out to console, and I had the original for years. And then the full game finally got released after 12 years of development, and I play it. So
I play Witcher 3.
Nah. The one I'm playing now is 7 Days to Die. It's a zombie game.
7 Days to Die, huh?
Yeah. You run around and you try and build and you get ready. Well, it can be like, it can be just a casual go around and build your base, or you can be absolutely insane where you're constantly running scared for your life. So you can change it up.
Is that on PS4s?
It's on, I don't know if they put it for PS4. It just got released out of development to a full thing on console here a week ago, and it went to PlayStation and Xbox. But I don't know if it can go down to PS4. I definitely know it's PS5 and Series X and Series S. So
There you go. See, now you're getting gamers in the chat. So you should be able to find a shirt.
For the Kill All Humans alien game. Your late husband played it. It's been gone 10
Jamie,
years.
you're a
It's an
girl.
old game. Well, I guess you wouldn't have known that. Anytime you'd pop in,
I
it was
didn't
just
know that.
no.
I'm sorry about your husband. That sucks.
10 years. That's not a long time ago.
Are you remarried?
Then where do we go from here?
That'd suck if you're alone for 10 years.
Oh. What's that? AF, you can have 4 people able to chip in at the same time if you want.
There you go, Jamie. Good for you.
Where are you going with that one, AF?
I ain't going nowhere with that because, you piss off a fucking Gen X girl. Well, you might as well run for the hills and move to Alaska.
They've been married almost 5. Very good. Nice. That's good to hear.
Yeah. See? There's hope in the world.
Always.
I got divorced and I got married. My oldest son is 35 and my youngest is 12.
Ooh.
Never get remarried.
Sounds like you should have went in for one of them vasectomies.
Well, no, I'm not a Democrat. If I wanted one of them, I'd go to the convention, jump on a bus. Here, go ahead, knock it off. Don't hit no bumpy roads.
AF, I'm not sure what you're talking about with the 4 people able to chip in at the same time if you want. Are you talking about being able to have multiple callers active at the same time? I'm pretty sure I can do that with the system I have now. I can have people on a guest line, people on the call line. I can set it up all different. Like if I have it where someone is going to be on the entire time with me, I got a guest line that they come in on. So then the caller line is different. Plus at the same time through the actual streaming program, I can bring people up if they want to be on the video as well. But I decided to definitely have the 800 number because of the fact, just given our generation, making a phone call is a hell of a lot easier than trying to figure out software on phones.
Set it up for Saturday. That'll be one huge thing. What do you think, AF, Jamie?
Yeah, and if one thing crosses wires or programs in there to crash the show, and I'll be just like, son of a bitch. Every time I move anything, it takes me 2 days to make sure all the settings are correct again. It took me 2 days to get the microphone tuned back in because it's plugged into a different computer with a different sound card and all that stuff. So it changed the way everything sounded. And man, I ran test streams all day long today trying to get it to work out right.
We learned how to hack and write code in school.
And that's why my system is set up old school. You could have this done with the original Windows program if you wanted to, or even through a DOS computer, I'm pretty sure. Everything I got is like 3.5 millimeter jacks and things like it's a very analog tied into a computer. Right. So,
you know what's funny about that? The new generation would never be able to hack it. Ever.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't be able to.
China would be like going, what the hell is this? America come up with a new way of hacking. They're protecting their source. We don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Well, Jamie, if you can't make it Saturday, we'll miss you. But as I always say, family's important. Her oldest is coming up from California to visit. So, and I say, hey, spend time with family. Always.
Oh, I say, Jamie, bring your freaking kid into the chat and have fun. There you go. Grow the channel.
There you go. When the one guy shows up on Saturday that always picks an argument with you, you'll have backup.
I don't even know I'm arguing.
I can't remember which Jason it is because there's like 3 of them that come, and not always at the same time. But I don't know if you're watching and listening now, Jason, but always pops in the chat and immediately picks a fight with Jamie every time.
I don't even know I'm fighting with people. They're just
and it's great.
Some people are just that dumb.
It's great because that is the part of our generation is Jamie doesn't lose her shit. She keeps going in the chat as well. Always sticks around. And I admire that.
Oh yeah.
Even if you don't agree with other things, that I admire. You got to. And then you can't always just throw a tantrum and storm off all the time. See, yeah, it's fucking hilarious. See, that's that Gen X side. It's great.
Jamie's like, oh, screw it. I'm bringing my kid in. Hell yeah, I'm going to be here Saturday.
Jamie's got a super fan is what it is, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. Jamie has a super fan.
Jamie, do you want me to be on Saturday? How's that?
We know you'll be here Saturday. We'll see.
Oh, you know I'm going to be. I'm going to be drunk as hell.
Oh, there'll be more and more people here Saturday, so I'm hoping to get some more people to call in, and that'll be excellent. But I
know what you do. You go into the chats, you know, and then like go into Geeks and Gamers, you know, just any of them, and spread your word. I'm doing it for you. I'm trying to anyway.
I don't do that so much, but I get down and I get talking and I comment and I get talking to other people in their through their comment section usually. I don't always catch the live stream. The only one that I ever catch live all the time, and it just happens to be because I'm sitting down at the computer whenever he comes on, is Jeremy when he does his Cobra cast.
Yeah. Well, you got Benny Johnson doing it at the same time. You got
a lot of people are on at the same time, so it's
yeah.
It can be tough. That was when I first started doing this.
I know you watch other chats. Jamie, get out there. Come on, bring him in. I know you can do it. You've been married twice. You got the backbone of a freaking Wolverine.
But I think that'll be it
for
this evening. Yeah, I like it.
All right, buddy.
But we're at 11, so I think we're going.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Show here.
I appreciate you having me on. I will see you on Saturday, and hopefully, chat. You get the word out. You bring people in. We'll have more fun. We'll talk about naked lesbians. I don't know what else.
Yeah, I don't think he knew where he was going with that. he was jumping down them stairs a little too quickly, and I think tripped on the last one. So
yeah, well, how about Killer Tomatoes? How's that? You know,
absolutely.
Barbarella.
Puberty love, kill them all.
All right, I'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.